watch Emily answer this question.
Tell me about a situation when you demonstrated leadership.
Aside from my example about my strength in terms of sort of taking control in an academic setting, if I'm working with a group or something, I don't think I can really think of an example of me being a leader. I don't think I have much leadership experience.
Maybe you can give me an example of a situation in a student organization or a club where you have a position that you're responsible for certain things, or any kind of leadership example in maybe outside of the academic setting?
I think so. I guess when I work at the Tartan, I am in charge of my own article, but then I also sort of help everyone else with the stuff that they're doing, and I sort of help them think of interesting things that they can do or things like that. But I don't really know if that's technically leadership. It's more just being helpful. I think I consider myself more of, in terms of groups and clubs and things, I like to just sort of like work as a group and work together on things and see how that works out.
Although Emily wasn't able to come up with an example here, she probably shouldn't have said, "I really don't have any leadership experience." Emily could have done a couple of things. One, she could have restated the question, or she could have asked for a few seconds to gather her thoughts. This is a perfectly acceptable strategy for when you get stuck answering an interview question. Let's see Emily answer this question one more time.
Can you tell me about a situation in which you demonstrated leadership?
Yes, so as an RA or a resident assistant, I am in charge of an entire floor of students, which at times can be very overwhelming, but at other times it's really fun and I love to work with them. And I always think that there are two parts of being an RA. On the one hand, you have to sort of be the cop, and even though I really like to try and play good cop, sometimes you have to get tough. And that's just making sure that your residents are feeling safe and following university protocol and making good decisions. The most rewarding part of the job, I think, is making students feel comfortable and happy with where they're living and feel like they fit sort of like a puzzle piece, the last puzzle piece into the puzzle. So this year I got to know all of my residents, and I found out that a lot of them are global studies majors, which is really cool because that would be my major of choice if I wasn't already a professional writing major. But so I got together with a bunch of the other RAs, and we decided that it would be great if we could get together a program called Current Event Chats. And that is where weekly the other RAs and I get together and we sort of look at what happened during the week. And then I create a forum and we figure out what we want to discuss, sort of where we want the conversation to go. And then it's my job to do all the marketing and get everyone excited about that week's current event. So it's really fun because I like to have the students come down. We actually had the most student attendance for that program, and I think everyone is very jazzed about it, so it's really wonderful.
Emily starts off strong in this answer by talking about an example when she was a resident assistant. Although this can be challenging at times, she really focuses on the positives and gives a lot of examples on how she had success in this situation. Emily maintained her professionalism, but as you could see, she really seemed to be herself here. Next, let's look at Emily answer, "Tell me about a time when you failed."